Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to show you how to sell ebooks through Gumroad. And yeah, the first thing you want to do before you even start is make sure you have your images all set up. So you want one image of the book cover like this, and then one square image that you can use as the icon. And then obviously your book itself, which I'll be using this one here. So what you want to do is head to gumroad.com and you want to click on dashboard up here, and this will probably ask you to log in or whatever. And then you want to just head to the product section here. So now you want to click on new product and you want to select ebook here. You can also select one of the other options. There's nothing special about choosing the ebook option here, but yeah, I'm just going to type in the name of the product here, which is your book's name. And I'm going to get rid of that apostrophe up there because I don't think it looks good with that. So this looks a bit better for the name. And then I'm just going to set a price here, which I'm going to set to $5. It's just a small ebook. And I'm going to hit next here. Okay, now we need a description. So for this, you can go ahead and type out whatever you want here as a description. I already have my book up on Amazon, so I'm just going to copy the description from there. And if you guys need a tutorial for how to publish on Amazon KDP as well, make sure you ask for that in the comments and I'll be sure to make a tutorial about that. But in this video, we're just going to go over Gumroad, and also I'll give you some tips for actually selling your book at the end. So here we want the cover image, which is the larger image that we created, so the JPG here. And then I'm going to use the smaller PNG, which is the square, as the icon. So let me just scroll down here. I'm going to change the thumbnail here. So what's actually happening here is we uploaded an image up here in the cover, and then it's automatically using it as a thumbnail here, but it like resized it weirdly, so we definitely don't want that. We're going to add in our own thumbnail here, the square image. Okay, so that looks good. The square image is what will show when Gumroad lists your products like on a page or something with other products. And then you can just set your call to action here. So I'm going to leave it at I want this. Then you want a summary here of what the user is getting. So I'm just going to head back to my Amazon listing, and this is what I'm going to set as the summary. You can figure out what you want on your own here for the summary and stuff. For the number of pages, I'm just going to open the book and check that out. So it looks like we have 34 pages here. So 34, and then I'm going to add another details here, and I'm going to say file format, and I'm going to say PDF here. And then there's some options here for inviting your customer to groups and stuff. I don't use any of this, so I'm just going to skip over it. Now there's the pricing options here. We set it to $5, but we can also allow the customer to pay what they want. So if we set it to $5 here, we can basically set it to $5 or anything else that the customer wants to offer. Or we can lower this to like $1, and then maybe some customers will give more than that $1, but I'm just going to set it at $5 fixed price. And here you can allow customers to pay in installments. I'm not going to enable that either. And this is versions, so if you have different versions of your product, you can set that up here. However, I doubt you have different versions of a book, so we're not going to cover that. Next, let's do limit product sales. We don't want to do this unless you only want your book to be sold to a limited amount of people. We don't want to allow customers to choose a quantity because no one's going to buy more than one copy of a book. publicly show the number of sales on your product page. You can enable this if you want to show how many sales you got. If you're good at advertising and you get a lot of sales, showing the number there might encourage more people to buy this, since it will look more reputable. But I'm not going to enable this. Mark product as e-publication. So actually, if we click on learn more here, it says that ebooks are covered here, so I am going to enable that. And then specify a refund policy. I'm not going to enable this, I don't have one. And then if you have a custom domain, you can set that up here. I'm not going to use one for this. And yeah, that looks like everything is set up correctly. Let's just go through it all one by one and make sure it's all there. So we have the name, we have the description, the URL is automatically filled out, we have our cover image, and then our thumbnail. If you have more images, just add them up here by clicking this plus button. So our thumbnail, we have our call to action, which is I want this. We have a summary, the number of pages, the file format, and then we have our integrations, which all are disabled here. We have the pricing, which is $5 and no variations, and then we just enabled mark as e-publication. So with this, I'm going to hit save and continue up here, and now we just want to add our book in here. So I'm just going to drag and drop this, and once that's done uploading, we can just hit publish and continue here. So it's done uploading. We can rename it and stuff here, but I'm going to leave it as it is. This is the file name, and you can add a description here if you want. You can stamp this PDF with buyer information. You can click this learn more button to see what that is. I don't really care about any of that. We're just going to sell the book as it is. I'm going to click publish and continue up here, and now it should be live on the store. So these options are for sharing on social media, obviously. Then we have whereabout in your profile this product should be displayed. I only have one section, so I'm going to display it there. And yeah, so to actually sell this book, we want to share it on social media and basically get as many people looking at it as possible. We can't be relying on Gumroad to advertise this for us and stuff. You're not going to get a lot of sales that way. In Gumroad Discover here, you can choose what section it's going to be in. So I'm going to choose book here. Let me try cookbook. Okay, I'm just going to choose recipes for now. I might come back and edit that later. And then we can add tags in here, which I'm not going to do right now. Again, I'll come back and add them in later. But basically, you just want to type in a tag like this and then hit enter and it will be added. And then you just save changes up here. And once you're done, you want to go to the products section here. And this is where you can find the book that you just created. So if I click this link down here, it will show me what the book looks like. So this is the page where the buyer can see and buy the book from. So you can see it has a large image here showing the book, and then you can click I want this and it will allow them to buy it. So it will take them to this buying page. Anyways, I'm just going to head back here. Now to actually get sales on this, as I mentioned before, you do want to advertise it on your social media. You want to maybe run Google ads or Facebook ads, and TikTok is a good place to advertise as well. Again, you can't really rely on Gumroad or automatically advertising your things. It's not going to sell itself, so you do need to advertise on your own. I will make a guide for advertising stuff in a future video. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.